Okay, we're making seitan. I use this Anthony's Vital Wheat Gluten, but you can use any wheat gluten, I would imagine. And I've put 5 cups of wheat gluten in a large bowl. Next, I'm adding 1 heaping cup of instant mashed potatoes. And that just, you could do without it, but then your seitan is very firm. And the mashed potatoes just seem to soften it slightly. So it's not as rubbery, I guess is the word. Now we're going to add our spices. So today I'm making taco flavored seitan. And I just buy this, I can't remember the brand of it. It comes in a large container, like probably 24 ounce or something like that, of taco seasoning. And it doesn't have MSG in it. And I'm going to put probably, 8 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do 6. 6. So I don't know what that is, probably 12 tablespoons if you go level. But you can kind of see it's not too deep in there. Alright, and the next what we're going to do is mix it all together. And I'm also going to add some nutritional yeast and a little salt and pepper. Okay, so I've added about 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast, 2 tablespoons of ground black pepper, and about a tablespoon of salt. And now I'm just going to mix that dry ingredients together. I use a whisk when I mix that. I'm just incorporating all of the dry ingredients so that when you add the liquid, it's very hard to mix at that point. So you want to make sure that all of your spices and everything are distributed throughout the dry ingredients, and that when it's a finished product you don't bite into a whole mouthful of taco seasoning or something. Okay, that looks pretty good. And next I'm going to add vegetable broth. I really like the flavor of this organic Imagine vegetable broth, and I use 2 of those with 6 cups of wheat gluten, 1 cup of potato flakes. I'm just going to pour that in there. Okay, this is how it starts to look. This is about as far as I mix it with a spoon. And then I wash my hands good, and I'm going to finish kneading that with, you don't really knead it, but mix it together really well with your hands. And then I'm going to rip 6 sheets of this non-stick, about 1.5 feet long, maybe between 1 foot and 1.5 feet long sheets. I'm going to rip those and I'll show you a picture of it. Okay, the sheets are about this big. Now, I would recommend that when you first start, you do your sheets at least this size or maybe even a little longer, because getting the rolling process down can be a little tricky or frustrating at first, but you learn really quick how to roll these tubes up, and then you can make your sheets shorter actually. Okay, so let me finish kneading this up and we'll get started. Okay, this is after I've mixed it together with my hands, and because you're going to make 6 tubes of this, the first thing I do is divide my batter in half. So you can kind of see I should also mention real quick in here that it looks like it's a sticky batter, but it's not. It's elasticy. It's not really a word, but hopefully it conveys what I'm trying to get, the point I'm trying to make. when you mix it with your hand, it doesn't really stick. It's like a rubber Play-Doh. So you're not having to worry about that sticking to stuff. And I'm just divided it into 2 sections, and then I'm going to divide each of these sections into 3 and start making my rolls. Now, I'm not really sure how to explain this next part. I'm going to try to stack you up on a couple containers here and you can watch. So I divided the dough into 2, and now I'm going to divide each half of that dough into 3 because I'm making 6 logs. So I'm going to put this over and tuck it in and roll it, and you see how I've got quite a bit of foil here. I don't need that much, but it is a lot easier when you first get started. And then here you see the seam, so I'm going to twist this way on the seam and just kind of tuck it in. And then over on this one, the seam is here, so if you roll it this way, you're kind of opening that seam up, so you're going to roll it this way to catch the seam in there. Okay? And then you've got this little log. So I'm going to finish these up and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, here's all my rolls that I made, and now I'm going to put them into my Instant Pot on top of a wire rack. So I kind of start with the longer ones on the outside, maybe a chubby one, a shorter one, because I don't separate these perfectly, they're different sizes. Then the second layer I put the other way, because I feel like it just helps. I'm going to do these in the Instant Pot, that it helps get the steam through there better. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to put about a cup of water in there, and then I'm going to stick them in the Instant Pot for 90 minutes. Okay, so I have those in the Instant Pot. Now, I don't have any seitan that's currently cooked. I'm all out, so I can't sneak a picture of a completed one into this video, but I will post on the video a picture of the finished product. And that's how I make my taco flavored seitan. I like to wait till it cools, put it in the refrigerator. You can freeze it and unthaw it completely before using it. And then I just cut like a half a tube of it maybe, chop it up into small cubes, put it in a fry pan with some sauteed mushrooms and onions. You can add brown rice, you could add potatoes, kind of make like a hash with potatoes. I like seitan, brown rice, onions, mushrooms, and broccoli. But you can do all kinds of stuff. I've also made the seitan with like a Thanksgiving note where I use poultry seasoning. And then I also, when I use the poultry seasoning, I add about a half a cup of low sodium soy sauce. It just gives it a smokier flavor or something. I'm not sure how to say it, but I've left the soy out and I like it better with the soy. So I would do the same recipe, except instead of the taco seasoning, I would add poultry seasoning, and then I would also add onion powder and garlic powder, maybe 3-4 heaping tablespoons, and half a cup of soy, and mix that up. That's good also. I just like to do a couple different kinds because I get tired of just one flavor. It's also good. I've put a little bit in a pan, warmed it up, and then poured it over. I dumped it on my salad, like a taco salad. And you can make it as taco-y or un-taco-y as you want. Just add more flavoring. So that's my recipe for wheat gluten seitan. And I'll get you a picture of that with the finished product. Thanks for watching.